The era of AI is an unstoppable trend. In such an intelligent era, how can we, while integrating with the times, truly achieve our own happiness? Especially, how can we realize the sense of happiness within ourselves in our own lives? Finally, I'd like to ask you to briefly summarize in 2 or 3 sentences about how to achieve integration with the times in our modern daily lives and realize the true sense of happiness within ourselves. All right, let's go clockwise, starting with Professor Kennon.
Thank you. My wife would tell you that I am a very pessimistic person. I don't really think that contemporary civilization is going to be here anymore in 50 or 75 years. We're going to have way bigger problems than figuring out what to do about the latest gadget that has been produced by Google. So it's very nice to have these toys and these assistants from the computer, but what I really think we need is not technological evolution, but instead social, economic, and political evolution, so that we change the system in the way it needs to be changed, the way that Louise talked about today. And if AI can help us solve these problems, I will be very excited and impressed.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I did a lot of thinking and researching in preparing for the panel this evening. I read a lot of research documents. I read a lot of statistics. In fact, I was amazed when Khenpo Sodargye suggested AI as our discussion tonight, because the very week that I received the email, it was on the BBC News, it was on the ABC News in Australia, it was on the radio, and it was in the newspapers. And the message that all these mediums gave was that jobs that are repetitive are those that are most at risk. And that in Australia, it is predicted that up to 5 million jobs are likely to be automated by 2030. However, I am very optimistic, because I believe that the presence of another human being, or if we are blessed, a spiritual friend, can help us navigate what Khenpo Sodargye and Sogyal Rinpoche have described as the fundamental truth, a spiritual essence which lies in all of us. This key to unlocking our limitless resources of wisdom and compassion is in understanding the innermost nature of our own mind. So to facilitate this in the dying person, or indeed in ourselves, AI cannot help us.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Professor Lobb. Please let Khenpo speak briefly.
If artificial intelligence really does replace many people's jobs, then it's possible that many people won't even have enough to eat for themselves or wear, and may not even have any money at all. At that point, no matter what, these people would still be suffering. We often say that recognizing the true nature of the mind brings great happiness. But if you have no food or clothing, then knowing your true nature won't help you survive. No matter what era it is, if we have a sense of contentment, then you could also say that person is happy. In summary, to conclude, I'd like to take a moment to use a Buddhist saying. In the Bequeathed Teachings Sutra, it is said, a contented person, even if lying on the ground, is still at ease and happy. Someone who feels content, even without many resources, can still live a very happy life. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Master Hai Tao.
The advancement of technology is inevitable, but no matter what, it's impossible to create an artificial intelligence lover. If it were possible to create an AI partner, all these women will be delivered. Buddhists believe in the existence of heavenly realms. In the heavenly realm, where the Jade Emperor resides, there is no need for AI. So artificial intelligence can't really conquer much there. But the main point is, the more advanced technology becomes, the more empty people feel inside, because it brings you much material convenience, but it also makes you increasingly miserable. So I think technological progress is unavoidable. Businessmen use every method so that they can make a lot of money. But the only way we can truly protect ourselves now is for everyone to safeguard the bodhicitta, which is the great compassion. With that strong sense of compassion, we can use worldly technology to help others. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Zhu, for your concluding insights.
I firmly believe that in the near future, with the emergence of strong artificial intelligence systems in recent years across various fields, humanity will enter a remarkable new era. AI can help us use energy more efficiently. So perhaps in terms of global warming, it could help reduce carbon emissions because we would be using fewer resources overall. More efficient system representatives simply say many foods and resources in the world will become even cheaper in the future. Perhaps AI could even help us develop new sources of energy, such as nuclear fusion. In this way, humanity would have access to nearly unlimited energy. AI systems might also help us develop more efficient organic farming systems and methods, possibly using vertical farming methods. This way, perhaps food would no longer be a significant concern for humanity everywhere. At that point, if governments around the world could essentially implement what is called universal basic income, which is the concept of everyone having a guaranteed fixed basic income for all, everyone's basic needs. Food, clothing, housing, transit, education, and healthcare could all be basically almost certainly guaranteed. This way, everyone would have more free time, which could be used to further develop and expand their own minds in a variety of ways. Perhaps people would then have more time to practice spiritual cultivation, to study the Dharma or go on retreats. Of course, all of this is based on the premise that humanity is inherently filled with goodwill, because we also know that any technology is like a double-edged sword. It serves good on one hand, but it can also be used for harmful ones as well. As many esteemed teachers have just mentioned, in fact, humanity's greatest concern is that artificial intelligence will replace many jobs. Maybe many jobs might be replaced, but I believe that due to the distribution of resources, some people will come to possess a great deal of resources. And as for all of you, the virtuous and wise, because you are full of merit, you may well become those who hold even more resources in the future. Therefore, I hope that everyone, if in the future, due to technological advancement and because of your own merit, you come to possess more resources, you can spare a thought for those who have lost those resources because you have more resources. May you use your great compassion to give and share with these people so that this earth can become a more balanced world.
All right, thank you. Due to time constraints, our wisdom dialogue session for tonight will come to a temporary close here. So what is the relationship between artificial intelligence and human happiness? Will AI surpass humanity? I believe everyone will continue to explore these questions further. But I'm sure that everyone is very clear about one thing, that your own happiness is always primarily in your own hands. Let's again give applause to distinguished guests and masters. Thank you for the wisdom and guidance you have shared with us. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.